Welcome to online classes. This is the second video of your second chapter, Programming in C language. As we have studied how C was developed, when, where, and how it made a distinction from those languages that were developed on that age, in that era. C was a middle level language and included character sets, etc. Today, we will start with functions. In C language, functions are subprograms. It means that the instructions are already given, are already presented, that are written for performing specific tasks, and they are complete in itself and independent. Very important. Since these have their own declaration of variable statements, please remember the most important part, that C functions are independent. Their declarations are different and their variables in the beginning is different. There are two types of functions: built-in functions and user-defined functions. Built-in function and library functions are the same. It means their built-in functions specifically means that they are already present in the library, C library. You can use them by including a header file. They are declared on those header files for this specific task. For example, in the last video I've told you about stdio.h, standard input output header file. In that header file, printf and scanf functions are defined. Scanf is supposed to take instructions from the keyboard from the user, and printf is supposed to give the results on the screen. Second, user-defined functions. These are subprograms as well, but the main difference is that user can define her own functions, any name, function with any name, and the definition arguments in them. Formatted input-output functions, scanf, printf functions. As we have talked, printf function is designed in stdio.h and it is supposed to give you answer on the screen. And scanf is supposed to take instruction from the user or from the keyboard. String format. The string format consists of two types of items. First, characters that will be printed to the screen. Second, format commands that define how the other arguments are printed. In here, format strings. What are different types of format strings? %f for floating point values, %d for integer values, %c for character values, and they are different for different data types. This is a simple example. Printf, the value 7 times 12 is %d, integer data type 7 into 12, and the result will be given as this. Suppose we have to calculate simple SI, and we can make these three different versions of a program. I'll show you a small program. This is the same function in which I have included standard input output file, standard conio.h file. Then I've started the main function. Two data types of integer, p and t. These two variables will pass on integer data types, and our SI will pass on float data types. Here I'm saying printf on the screen, enter the value of principal, that is P. Then I'm using \n. Remember, \n is an escape character. This will display the very next character or line in the next line. Then I've asked scanf %d, %d and %f. %d is saying get P, second %d is saying get T, and third %f is saying get R. That is a floating type value. That is why we have used %f. And to provide an address, we use AND. Now with a simple SI is equal to P into R into T by 100. Simple interest. Then I'm saying printf the result here. Now if you compile and run, this is your result. If I say 1003 and 5.5, here is your answer. Now the value is 16.000 because I have asked for a floating type value. In a unique way, printf can be used as a simple line like this, or we can use a simple command. If I say and compile this, and the same result, please remember, was now compare these two results. The last result, it simply showed 165.00, and in this the line says simple interest is equal to, right? This is a difference. This is a simple chain of printf commands. Here in a second example, third, different types of outputs can be explained in one result: integer, float and character. Then scanf, as we have done, scanf is a function that takes instructions from the user, and the operator AND is used as an address. Same instructions. More examples of using scanf in a different data type, in a different variable. Simple example of the same program that we have discussed. Another example of conversion of temperatures with this formula. Now, how you can start C program in today's Windows. Remember, C is a third generation language. In those times, it was basically the most advanced language. But today, as we are in 6th and 7th generation computing, we can start C programming with the help of Turbo C application. These are step-by-step instructions how you can install Turbo C on your PC, and how you can start a new file. If I click here, new, this is your new window. This is a simple program. You can, after making a program, you can save it as .c or C++. saving a file, then compiling a file. The compilation is for the computer library functions and the user input functions to be maintained as a simple output. Here. Now remember, in this program, as you can see here, F3. In this program, what we have done is we have included standard input output files and main function, set of instructions, and after completing the program we can compile straightaway Alt C, enter, or either Alt F9. It will compile the program. These are called hotkeys. Usually the answer is not displayed on the screen because the answer is always in the background. That is why we use conio.h. Conio.h is again for input output functions. We can use CLR SCR function to clear the screen of previous results and give an empty function getCH to hold the screen for result after this line. In this, clear screen is going to clear all the previous results and give you a fresh screen. Correct? This is how it works. These are very simple instructions, follow it. Or if you do not want to use getCH or hold the screen during an output, you can always see your output by pressing Alt plus F5. This is the second way. With this, our second chapter is complete. If you have any questions, do let me know. Thank you.